Student friends, in last week we started with the second topic, and that is PN junction diode, where we have studied our lecture plan and then we have completed the structure of PN junction diode along with its symbol. When you have studied the structure of PN junction diode, we studied that the diode can be constructed by heating P-type and N-type of semiconductor together at 1200 degrees centigrade, so that the diffusion process will begin, in which the electron from N region will start entering into the P region by leaving positive ions in N region. Simultaneously, holes from P region will start moving towards the N region by leaving negative ions in the P region. The process of motion of electrons from N region into P region and holes from P region into N region, we called it as a diffusion. And due to this, exactly at the center of P-type and N-type of semiconductor, a junction will be formulated. On both the sides of the junction, very close to the junction, in P region, negative ions are created. In N region, positive immobile ions are going to be generated. Thus, the barrier potential is created across the junction. In case of silicon, it is of the order of 0.2 volt. Sorry, for silicon it is of the order of 0.6 to 0.7 volt, and for germanium it is of the order of 0.2 to 0.3 volt. Due to this barrier potential which is generated across the junction, further transfer of electron and hole that stops. That is, a diffusion process will be stopped. A barrier will be set up between P-type and N-type of semiconductor, so that P-type and N-type of semiconductors are separated by a peculiar layer very close to the junction on both the sides, known as the depletion layer. We studied already. Depletion layer separates the P-type and N-type of semiconductor from each other. If furthermore diffusion process wants to conduct, it is not possible, because within the depletion layer the ions are present which will deplete the further motion of charge carriers into from one region into another region. So that's why it is called as a depletion layer. Thus we studied that PN junction diode has a junction at the center, very close to the junction on both the sides. There are immobile positive and negative ions setting the barrier potential, so that the diffusion process will be totally stopped, and thus there is a formation of the structure of PN junction diode. We have studied this aspect by along with its symbol. Friends, just forming the PN junction, having the two terminals to that, anode and cathode, doesn't make it to work. It is simply a physical structure of PN junction diode. It doesn't allow the charge carriers to conduct because of the barrier potential, because of the depletion layer. To make that device working, to make the PN junction diode working, some external energy should be provided to it by connecting battery externally to that particular PN junction diode. And to make the diode workable, or to make diode conducting, the process of connecting battery externally to the PN junction diode is known as biasing of PN junction diode. And friends, today we are going to study the same, and that is biasing of PN junction diode. Biasing of PN junction diode is nothing but connecting an external battery to the PN junction diode to make it workable. Till and until you connect the battery externally, the PN junction diode doesn't work. Thus, we can say the biasing is needed to make the PN junction diode conducting, to make the PN junction diode workable. Dear students, there are two types of the biasing of the PN junction diode. One is a forward biasing and second one is the reverse biasing. Both biasing we are going to study today. Let me begin with the forward biasing of PN junction diode. So this is a typical diagram which is represented that explains you the forward biasing of PN junction diode. Look at here, this is a structure of PN junction diode which we have already studied, that contains in P type of semiconductor and N type of semiconductor. P type of semiconductor has a majority charge carriers holes which are present here, minority charge carriers as the electrons along with some immobile negative ions. The N type of semiconductor contains the majority charge carriers as the electrons, minority charge carriers as the holes along with some immobile ions. There is a depletion layer across the junction. Junction is present at the center. Barrier potential is there. This barrier potential doesn't allow charge carrier to flow further from N region into P region and P region into N region, and that's why this diode doesn't conduct the current till and until external battery is going to be connected. Now we have PN junction diode and we are biasing it, means we are connecting battery to that particular PN junction diode to make it conducting. Forward biasing of the PN junction diode means connecting an external battery in such a that positive terminal of the battery is connected to the P region. Look at here, this is the P type of semiconductor. We can call it as this is the P region. To this P region, if you connect positive terminal of the battery and to the N region, if you connect negative terminal of the battery, then that type of the biasing is called as forward biasing of the PN junction diode. फॉरवर्ड बायसिंग म्हणजे जशास तसे. याचा अर्थ काय, पॉझिटिव्ह टर्मिनल पी रिजनला, नेगेटिव्ह टर्मिनल बॅटरीचं एन रिजनला, अशा पद्धतीने बॅटरी जोडणे यालाच आपण काय म्हणतोय, बायसिंग, फॉरवर्ड बायसिंग ऑफ पीएन जंक्शन डायोड असं म्हणतोय. By connecting battery in forward biasing mode, what happens? Simply connecting battery doesn't solve the problem. If the power supply provided to the forward biasing of the PN junction diode is zero, it is same as that of not connecting a battery. This doesn't conduct the PN junction diode again. But when you increase the battery potential or battery voltage slightly, effect will be starts implementing on the PN junction diode. This battery is connected opposite to that of polarity of the barrier potential. Look at here. As far as barrier potential is there, here there is a positive terminal and here it is a negative terminal. If you consider this barrier potential with respect to this external battery is opposite. But from the point of view of P region and N region, it is as like them. Thus, in forward bias condition, battery is connected opposite to the barrier potential polarity and it is connected as like that of positive terminal to the P region and negative terminal to the N region. When you increase the battery potential, we know that barrier potential for silicon it is 0.6 volt and for germanium it is 0.2 volt. If you increase the battery potential slowly, it will doesn't affect the conduction of PN junction diode. But when external battery voltage becomes equal to barrier potential of the PN junction diode, Means when external battery voltage becomes equal to zero point 0.2 volt for silicon and zero point 0.6 volt for germanium, then what happens? Under that particular condition, electrons from n region will start moving toward the junction. Means these electrons will start moving toward the, this is represented here. They will start moving like this. And holes from p region will start moving toward the junction. In short, we can say, due to increased forward biased external battery voltage, the holes from p region will start moving toward the junction, and electrons from n region will also start moving toward the junction. Exactly when battery voltage becomes equal to 0.6 volt or 0.2 volt, the force implemented by the electrons and holes in the respective region on the junction reduces the barrier potential, reduces the width of depletion layer, start reducing the width of depletion layer. When voltage becomes equal to exactly 0.2 or 0.6 volt, totally depletion layer will become 0. And when width of depletion layer will become 0, electron will directly enter into the p region and holes from p region will enter into the n region, and the conduction mechanism begins within the p-n junction diode. The minimum external battery voltage at which the p-n junction diode starts conducting the current is known as forward breakover voltage of the p-n junction diode. Again, I will repeat, the minimum external battery voltage applied to the p-n junction diode so that it will reduce the depletion layer, it will reduce the battery potential and allows p-n junction diode to conduct, making electrons to flow from n region into the p region and holes will flow from p region into n region. That particular minimum voltage at which the p-n junction diode starts conducting is known as forward breakover voltage. Thus, the electron will move from n region, they will enter into the p region and they will travel towards the positive terminal. Whereas holes will move from p region and enter into the n region and they will move towards the negative terminal of the battery. Physically, in conducting wire, only electrons are responsible to carry the conduct. Within the p-n junction diode only, electrons and holes carry the current. Thus, in case of p-n junction diode, when it is forward biased, till the battery voltage becomes equal to the breakover voltage of the p-n junction diode, the diode doesn't conduct the current, but as soon as the battery voltage becomes equal to 0.2 volt or 0.6 volt, that is the forward breakover voltage, then the conduction mechanism begin by reducing the width of depletion layer, by decreasing the barrier potential, by decreasing its junction resistance. It allows current to flow through the p-n junction diode, and thus the conduction mechanism takes place when the p-n junction diode is forward biased. Dear students, this is what one can call it as the forward biasing mechanism of the p-n junction diode. Look at here, almost all aspects are made clear. So these orange-like dots represent the free electrons. White dots represent the holes. These are the minority charge carriers, whereas these are the majority. Holes are the majority charge carriers in p type of semiconductor. N type of semiconductors, electrons are the majority charge carriers, but holes are the minority charge carriers. Exactly here there is a junction. So this is what the depletion layer. These are the negative ions which are already present. These are the positive ions. As long as these ions are present, diode doesn't conduct the current. Means as long as this barrier potential is there, diode doesn't conduct the current. When external battery voltage becomes equal to the barrier potential, that is 0.2 volt for germanium and 0.6 volt for silicon, the junction will be totally reduced and the p-n junction diode starts conducting the current. So this is what you have to remember as a forward biasing and the mechanism of forward biasing. Dear students, let us go for another method of biasing known as reverse biasing. Reverse biasing of p-n junction diode is nothing but connecting the battery opposite to that of p layer and n layer externally. This means that negative terminal of the battery is connected to the p region, whereas positive terminal of the battery is connected to the n region. Due to this, what happens? Connecting battery in this way is along the direction of the barrier potential. As far as barrier potential is there, here is the positive plate and here is the negative plate. The direction of this barrier potential polarity and the direction of external connector battery are same, but these are opposite respectively to the p region and n region. In this case, what happens is electrons from n region will start moving away from the junction. Holes from p region will start again moving away from the junction. As the charge carriers in p region and n region will start moving away from the junction, width of depletion layer increases. Barrier potential also increases. Look at here, it is represented. Width is shown more, wide depletion layer. Why this happens? This happens because the charge carriers are moving away from the junction in both the region. They will stretch the depletion layer to increase its width, and hence the p-n junction diode ideally doesn't conduct the current. In short, we can say the battery potential connected, its polarity and barrier potential polarities are same. Due to this, electron from n region will start moving away from the junction, that is toward the positive potential, positive terminal of the battery. Holes will also start moving away from the junction, that is towards the negative terminal of the battery, as it is represented in this particular diagram. Naturally, width of depletion layer increases. As long as width of depletion layer is more, diode doesn't conduct the current. Ideally, in reverse bias condition, diode doesn't conduct the current. मित्रों, आपल्याला माहिती आहे, रबर ताणलं की ते तुटतं. According to that, if external battery voltage is increased much more, it will break the junction, it will break the depletion layer. When the reverse voltage at which the depletion layer is broken and current will be starts conducting because of the minority charge carriers. In reverse bias condition, after breaking the junction, current will conduct because of minority charge carriers in a respective regions. Means in p type of region, electrons are responsible to carry the current, and in n type of region, holes are responsible to carry the current. These are the respectively minority charge carriers. The battery voltage at which the junction will break down and minority charge carrier will conduct the current little bit, that is in microampere. That voltage we can call it as, it is a reverse breakdown voltage of p-n junction diode. Students, please do remember the meaning of breakdown voltage. It will be useful for further study. The minimum reverse voltage at which the junction will break down and the minority charge carrier in both the region will start conducting the little bit current in microampere. That voltage we can call it as, it is the reverse breakdown voltage. In short, we can say, ideally in reverse bias condition, it doesn't conduct the current, but practically when voltage is increased to the breakdown voltage, so that the minority charge carrier will carry the current little bit, that is in microampere range. This mechanism we can call it as it is a reverse biasing of p-n junction diode. Look at here. Here shown the direction of motion of free electron, that is away from the junction. Junction is here at. Remember, it is moving away from the junction. Hole is also moving away from the junction. This is but natural that hole has a positive charge. It has to move towards the negative terminal. Electron has a negative charge. It has to move toward the positive terminal. Due to this, it will exert the force on the depletion layer so that the width of depletion layer is increased. In forward junction, width of depletion layer decreases. In reverse bias, width of depletion layer increases. So all these aspects are represented in this particular reverse biasing of p-n junction diode. Student friends, this is what you have to remember about the biasing of p-n junction diode, where we have studied that simply structure of p-n junction diode doesn't allow current to flow through it. That's why we have to bias the p-n junction diode, means we have to connect the battery externally to make it conducting either in reverse biasing or in forward biasing. We came to know that in forward biasing it conduct the current, but in reverse biasing ideally it doesn't conduct the current. So that's what we can call it as it is the biasing of p-n junction diode. Next time we will go for IV characteristics of the p-n junction diode. Today we will stop.